Isabella di Fabio, improve your company's website. Today, all businesses need to have an online presence. The friendlier it is and the better positioned it is, the more likely you are to increase your prospects. In addition, a web page is the key element for an inbound marketing strategy. Here you will find some tips to improve your company's website and increase the number of prospects. Isabella di Fabio No company can offer a product/service if it does not know who it is aimed at. Segmentation is a key element of any business strategy, and applying this knowledge to all areas of your company, including your website, will benefit you. Thanks to it, you can find out about consumption habits, hours of greatest online interaction, and the type of content that your consumers or potential clients prefer. Elements that, among other things, will help you define a specific objective for your site. Regardless of the path you choose, even if your company already has a website, there are some elements that you should consider. Here are some. Define the objectives of your site. If your company already has an online presence, do not stop reading, there may be details that you did not take into account. Isabella di Fabio, there are two routes that you can take: that your company has an informative site, where visitors can contact you and solve their doubts, or that works as an online store. You can even choose to have both functions. This decision depends on the objective of your site. If your company does not have an online presence, you do not need prior knowledge. There are many ways to create a site. You can hire a full-time or freelance designer to do this, or you can use online creators like Wix, Squarespace, or Hubspot to create it yourself. Define the identity of your company. This can be achieved through the brand book, a manual that helps preserve the integrity and values of the brand. Usually this book is written by the marketing or design department. It also helps visitors generate a consistent view of your site. Although this is an element that covers much broader aspects than your company page, it will help you generate a global vision of your brand, both on the website and social networks, as well as in the content you generate. Use a simple design. There are tons of seasonings to make a dish. That doesn't mean you have to use all of them to get the best flavor. The same goes for the elements that can attract your visitors. Videos, photos, illustrations, music, text, etc. Choose one that predominates, text, for example, and one that supports the main elements, photos or illustrations, and, unless you sell music, never use music or sounds on your company page. Seek that the images are not too heavy and that there are no elements that distract the user on their journey. Consider the user experience and the user interface, UX and UI. The user experience, UX, is what happens when you interact with a company or brand. Its objective is to create products that meet specific needs of visitors, to satisfy and improve the user experience. On the other hand, the user interface, UI, is what the visitor finds when he arrives at your site. It implies an attractive design. Imagine arriving at a hotel and seeing the decoration of the interiors, from the reception to the rooms. Isabella di Fabio. For best results in this area, we recommend the work of a specialist. Possibly the platforms that help you create a web page have integrated UX and UI elements, but it is better to turn to someone who understands what specific elements apply to your site, depending on your objectives and your buyer personas. Seek that the information corresponds to the content. The content of a website can be divided, in a very general way, into illustrations and text. Illustrations, photos, designs, etc., must be consistent with the identity of your company.